pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. 7:02.
Well, you have it sitting right here.
Call the meeting
Oh, wait, that's
to order.
one.
What? She's got flash recorded.
What?
She's got a remote over there.
Everything started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The camera's blinking. It
Oh.
means it's live.
Oh, dear.
All right, we can have everybody say their name is in attendance.
Rick Lee, town manager.
Lindsay Ruby, council. Melanie Kelly.
Brian Ayers.
Mike Saylor.
Vince Mason.
Ann Robinson, Denise Weimer.
Log Dillon.
Okay, looks like we've got everybody here. So this is the February meeting. Has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes from last month?
I did, but I couldn't tell you what happened.
I make a motion to accept minutes as written.
Got a motion to accept, do I have a second?
A second.
Got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's passed. So now we're down to the employee reports. Love,
Everybody should have a copy of my monthly report. There was 4 calls and 2 traffic stops. It wasn't an active month outside the police department. We spent a lot of time inside. Don Ousley has been helping me a lot inside. First off, we moved the office completely around, did the inventory, made sure everything we were supposed to have is there, and it was. Second thing we did that was a major idea, or major accomplishment, was the evidence. I brought in an outside evidence technician, Bill Raber. He is a former police chief of Peru, and who the state police actually recommends to do audits of your evidence room. We were able to, computer showed that we had 465 items of evidence logged into the safe. After we were done and purged old evidence, we were left with 218 items. I fixed all of the improperly packaged evidence that needs to go to the lab. We arranged the safe, and the big thing with that, Bill had quoted $3,000 to do the audit, and once we were done with my help, he only charged us $500. So Bill was a huge asset in doing that. He showed me a lot of the rules and informed me a lot of the rules, how to go forward with it so it's done properly. The other thing, software, I'm able to get into everything now, have total access. Members of the department that are inactive or are no longer here have been either deleted from the system or marked as inactive where they don't have access. It basically shuts down their logins. So the only guys that have access to the computer system are me and John right now, which that's what it's supposed to be. Vehicles was a big deal this month. The Durango, when I got it, had a check engine light on. I ended up taking it in. It had a vehicle specific, manufacturer specific code, which was a camshaft and lifters. They actually had to do a complete rebuild of the top end of the motor. That was $4,368. I picked it up within like 2 miles. It started acting up again. 2 more times of tearing the motor apart, they finally got it fixed. The second 2 was under warranty work of the first, so we didn't have to pay for it. The car, John called me a week ago. He was out driving it and the power steering went out of it. So he limped it to town and they found that the steering gear needed replaced in it. They got it ordered, got it fixed. It was a $2,100 repair. The items I purchased this month, 2 deputy badges, and everything that I purchased, there are receipts where you can actually see what I ordered and what everything looks like. The 2 deputy badges, and then a bag for the stop sticks. What that is in the car, the stop sticks that vehicles would run over in a pursuit, they're just laying in there. They're supposed to be in a bag, so it's a quick deployment. The way they're set up right now, whoever's driving the car would actually have to get out, individually click all these stop sticks together, and then lay them out, instead of being able to throw them from a safe distance like they're meant to. That bag and the basically cord reel that would pull it back was $110. The other thing we ordered was an evidence printer, which is a thermal printer to print out evidence labels. We got it from Amazon for $157, where if I ordered it from the actual evidence company, they're about $600. With doing the evidence this month, that was a huge help in getting everything labeled properly. The items that I would like to get approved are the cameras installed in the police department on the evidence, and one in the, to oversee the whole department. There is a quote in here for Artec Solutions. That would be the two cameras with built-in microphones. That way the actual police department is audio, video recorded. So we'd be able to do interviews, anything we need to do in there instead of having people go up to the sheriff's department. And then the DVR to record it completely. Install and everything is $1,213. I'd like the board to vote that if possible. And then I would like to bring on another deputy town marshal, which is Jason Rosie. His resume is floating around. Quickly, Jason has 10 years experience. I've supervised him at Logansport. I've got to work closely with him the last 6 years as a detective. Jason does phenomenal work. He's highway interdiction certified. He's an evidence technician for Logansport Police and would be willing to do that here as well. And then he's certified in internet investigations as well for, the big one right now is kids meeting predators online. And he's certified in those kind of investigations. I feel that Jason would be a major asset with any investigation that would come here. I've talked with him where basically he wants to work the weekends. So the primary days that he's gonna be down here, if hired, is Saturday, Sundays. And any investigation that we would have, I would work through the week. He would pick up on the weekends, and then I would pick up the following week, so we could continue that on. And then if you're willing to hire Jason, I would ask that I could be able to buy uniforms for him and John. The uniform will look just like this, except theirs will be silver, and it'll say Deputy Town Marshal. And that way all of us look the same. If they're not wearing this, it'll be an actual police uniform. John is kind of on the fence of which one he wants to wear. His actual police uniform has the patches, true vest that says police all over it, and everything. Other than that, my plans for February, I'm working on a deal for the new pistols. Right now, we may not have to buy any pistols. The sheriff's department is allowing his guys to use their guns down here. So we wouldn't have to buy any deputy a gun. I'm in talks with the Logansport Police Chief to see if he'll allow the same, where we wouldn't have to buy any pistols. That right now is about a $4,000 cost that we may not have to spend. The second is I'm working a deal with the sheriff. They just bought brand new radios. He is willing to surplus his old and sell them to us for possibly a couple $100 instead of $3,000 a radio. So I may be able to save quite a bit of money there. Other than that, I gotta finish the evidence, which is just purging the old evidence that we're getting rid of. I gotta get with S-Rock. They have a furnace or an incinerator that we incinerate all of our evidence in. I just have to get with them to get buckets to put them in and make a date to take it out there. Other than that, and then basically I'm hoping in the next week or so that I'll be out of the office and actually patrolling the town. I'm ready to do that. So that is my January report.
Is Jason related to AJ?
It is AJ's son. Yeah.
I wondered that, I thought it was.
No family?
Yeah, AJ he's just gonna run for sheriff. He's retired from.
LPD.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was chief, wasn't
Yes.
He was a lot of
The
things.
Rosies are well known in Logansport.
Our greenhouse, the greenhouse.
Well known, well respected.
Both, in law enforcement.
Okay.
They're a family of police officers.
Oh, yeah.
AJ was the chief of police for many years. Their uncle was the police chief for many years.
Brad?
That's where I see it.
Randy, and then
I've seen it
their
on-
their cousin Brad was the police chief. Their other family member was a police chief, and then the sheriff,
Bob Rose.
Bob.
Yeah, they
So-
are very, very well.
They're a well-respected family. Their cousin is Brad Rosie, the attorney. They're a very well-respected family in Logansport, and I think Jason would be a phenomenal asset to this department.
On the Artec Solutions,
Yes.
is that a specific type of camera you have to have, or?
Those are I went with Artec. They've installed all the police departments at our police department. They install a lot of the security systems basically in Logansport. I cannot think of his actual name right now that does it. They're a company that I'm very familiar with and their work. That's why I got the quote from them.
And we have, you don't plan on getting any other quote?
I can if you want.
Well, you should run it by our, Barrycom has been very good to us.
Okay.
I talked to Cash today about it after I seen you, and they're wanting to work out a deal where it's just basically put all new cameras in, because I know she's had some problems or
We
some
still
of
don't
them.
have hard
Yeah,
coverage.
so, but he hasn't, I told him to send me a quote, but he hadn't done it yet, that was tonight.
That's, we should.
He's looking at having the technical support, install them, and not charging us, but then there's like a monthly fee if you need it, you know.
You need a retainer then basically, or?
I assume, I don't know, like I said, it was just quick, I just said, you know, we need to get this, you've let me down, so.
They're running the wireless all around here, and. so
I think they're all hardwired, the ones that we got.
Yes.
And the first company that they had, and they're just not as happy with them, which we can vouch. They're kind of hit and miss. And I just said it'd be nice to have, I mean, just, you know, when this situation happened and I got a hold of Jake Rao and it wasn't even a couple minutes. And the way I understand it, it's service friendly. But like I said, that's just.
He's got some fancy cameras though. He can turn the location and
Yeah, that
spill
was
them
neat.
around.
Well, I think that's
Zoom
probably
in
what today's world is.
I'll
Yeah.
watch him turn.
Yeah, those cameras are really slick too.
But I agree, he needs to have something in there, just, you know, you got a lot of money, evidence.
It's
and all
extra
that.
security
Right, that's not the issue.
for everybody in
Well,
there.
Just, get some competition in here.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just have him reach out to you, if, like I said, I talked to him this afternoon, and he said that and I can't tell you, I'm not in the camera world, that he says we're looking at just putting in all, you know, we've got, 8 of them over there, community center, there's 4 and there's 1 here, there's 4 here, just putting in all the new integrated system, whatever that is.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's above my pay scale.
Sometimes above mine.
I know. But I'll tell them, hey, you gotta get on the ball, because they're ready, they're gonna do something. But yeah, back on,
I'll call him.
yeah, there you go. Back on Rozzy, I mean, I've known AJ, he's just a couple years older than me. And just good people, they really are.
You're talking about him basically covering the weekends then?
Yes.
What he was gonna do,
Yes.
okay?
Right now, his
Where does he
schedule.
live?
He lives in Logansport. He works Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 is what his schedule is right now as a detective. And that's where he works a part-time job in the evening. And he's wanting to basically give that up so he can see his family and come down here on Saturdays and Sundays. And where other guys, they'd rather work through the week, so they have the weekend off
Right.
to be with their family.
Oh,
He's wanting to cover the weekends, and, which would be a big help to me to put 7-day-a-week coverage down here.
Nice.
And
Now, would they be like the same hours every weekend, or is that kind of a shift deal, depending on what's needed?
basically, it'll be somewhat set,
Yeah.
but he's willing to, if I need him Saturday night to be down here because we're seeing problems, he's willing to do that.
Say roll through a football game or something
Yes,
on
absolutely.
Friday night or something,
Yep.
just to keep it mixed up a little. 'Cause
And that's-
when kids get to know where the car's gonna be exactly at what time, what day, then.
And
kids
that's
don't
one thing
pick
that
the
I've kind of
parking lot.
explained to you guys, I don't want everybody down here 8 to 4.
Right, I understand that.
I want the hours kind of
That's what-
spread out where, I plan on working some midnight hours as well. That way, they don't know when we're in town.
Now, just for my own edification, jumping subject here on the destroying the old evidence. That's all gonna be well documented all the way,
Absolutely.
and we will have, is there hard copies or whatever be on our computer so we can?
Yes, there will be a hard
Signed off.
copy and then there will be a printed out hard copy
Okay,
that will be in the file drawer forever.
I'm old fashioned on that. like
Yes, no, this,
Back things up, okay.
this will be well documented of what items I destroyed and everything.
So do we need to move on?
Well, that's what I was gonna ask, do you guys wanna go ahead and, okay, him, bringing him on, or you wanna discuss it more background?
I'm okay with bringing on another part-time deputy. I mean, we've always had 2, 3 in the past,
I'm
so.
familiar with the Rosies and
Well, I said you got three people here, know them well, so.
If everybody's good with it, then I need a motion to
I'll make a
have him
motion.
bring him on. We have a motion to bring Mr. Rosie on
I'll
board.
second that
I
motion.
get a second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 There you go.
Let me know, I'm home a lot
Okay.
anymore. But yeah, we were to get out here, we could swear him in.
Okay. With that, do you have a problem with me getting the uniforms?
Oh,
Personally, I don't, and that's.
yeah, I don't, anybody
As long
else?
as we have the money in the budget to do it, I.
Yeah, he's
we
been
need to have
spending a lot of
uniforms.
money, you know, you've got our purse hanging out.
Yeah.
Well, Melanie said she had a lot of money last month, so.
Are we
Well,
good
it was the
now?
beginning.
In the police account, yeah, in the
For the
police
police
account.
department, I mean,
Yeah.
Are we good
are we
with
well
that?
covered? We just dropped, you know, 8 grand, so.
But that's auto repair,
You
right?
gotta remember that auto
Well, those
repair
are all
comes out of
different
different
funds.
line
Yeah.
items.
Like vehicle
Does it?
repairs can come out of MVH, vehicle repairs can come out of equipment repair, vehicle
Okay,
repairs
good, then
can
I'm
come
good
out
with
of-
it.
That's,
Let's move on the uniforms for him.
Okay, got a
He's
motion to
already
move
bought
on
the
the
badges,
uniforms.
right?
I'll
yes.
second that motion.
You got a second for the uniforms, all in favor?
Who was the
Aye.
motion, Mike?
Right.
Motion passes. Go ahead with the uniform.
Thank you.
Okay. There's this resume.
Thank you very much for a detailed report there.
Thank you.
Very
Very
good.
good deal. Very good.
And
And
I
hopefully
have
you
to
will be able to
commend
get
him.
out now.
He's
Yes.
done a lot of work in the last month and,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we
just
saw
the
2
jumble
more
we
up.
had to start with, he's done a lot and it's going well.
Yeah, you're tearing them up, fella.
We wanna be out there more, it's just, I gotta get this squared away before we can get out there.
Yep.
So I appreciate your guys' cooperation and
Now, we get another, get Barry comment here and get a couple of quotes, and we can see how we wanna go, because that, probably like you guys, I'd like to move on that too. That's security and,
yeah,
you know.
I,
So what, how many cameras are we talking about then?
I would like 2 cameras in,
Well, yeah, we're
Inside.
talking, if
That's,
it's-
his quote's just the 2 there. I was
Right.
trying to talk to him
so we're
about
talking
that.
about.
Roll
He
it all
was-
in together.
He wants to upgrade the system.
Right, so we got, you said 8 over there?
8 at the community center.
4
There's
here? 4.
1, 2, I think there's 5 here,
Okay.
or 4 here. And then there's 2 at the park
Yeah.
that
but
still
aren't
don't stream. And are there any at the sewage plant?
No.
Okay.
You don't have the
there
capacity at
be?
the park to do it. That's the wireless.
working. Yeah, they did. They put in a router and
Did
everything.
It was all there the day that we went out there.
I wanted it really bad.
It wasn't connected.
The day
even though
they
we
called
got-
the police
we were
officer.
told
We
it
could,
was.
use one at like a sewage plant or something, just as a.
I mean, there's one Verycom has. If I got any problem. I usually.
I just look at more vandalism. you know,
Everything's
thing.
fenced in and gated, so it's not,
Okay,
it'd be pretty tough. There's barbed wire. If you're gonna get in there, it's, yeah.
yeah, but, yeah.
You're gonna
Nobody
hurt
wants to
yourself.
get in a turd,
Well, that's
turd
true.
pond.
It is not pleasant.
So anyway, hopefully we get some quotes next month. We can
Look at it.
hopefully look at that, and yea or nay.
Okay.
So I think one of them will pick a yea, but
Yeah, space it out a month, would you? Jeez.
I told her
He's been busy.
I told her, of the money I spent this month, I didn't want to put $6,000 in vehicle repairs.
Yeah,
That was definitely unexpected.
Yeah,
that's all right. It comes out of a different fund, I've been told.
Well, those
Yeah.
had to be done.
Good news is I didn't spend her any money, so.
see, I made up for it.
so anybody got anything else for flood? We good? Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Lee?
Well, as you can see, as you read down through here, the cold weather's not been our friend. Me personally, I would have a problem if everybody left their water dripping. Because it's already, in fact, there was a couple more today, so frozen meters. In both those houses, well, the one house, nobody's living there, so nothing, it was on. Problem is, and what I tried to explain to Mel and Jenna Lee is, as it stays cold, it keeps going deeper.
The frost line.
Frost line just keeps pushing down. So now, after having a week below zero, it's starting to.
I got a question.
Sure.
When you're dripping, what if the drain freezes?
Well, it's just
Does the
free
drip
flow.
help keep the drain from freezing too?
The only thing that would do is if you look down there on the sewer, and why I made a notation, we actually, and we're gonna have a meeting, when it gets nice, I'd like to meet out there, go over some things before we come here so you guys understand it.
Can't wait.
But the clarifier is nothing but clear water, and as it comes around, it scrapes the top. It's the big 18-foot deep tank. Problem is, there's no flow, so as that water comes, there's very little. Well, then it freezes because no water coming in at 58 degrees, and once it freezes, then it starts building up. Well, when it builds up, it shears a pin in the clarifier. So ever since Tuesday, we've actually, one of us has come in early, I use it early in the morning and at night, and you chip ice. I mean, ice will be this thick. You have to chip ice because the only other option is if you enclose it. Well, if you enclose it, that's fine, but that's a big expense and it's not serviceable then. And if you look down there on the end of the sewer, and I'll get back up here, the one day I did the test and we log and monitor our flow, and our flow that day was only 34,000 gallons. Now, sounds like a lot, but if you take that out over the 24-hour period, that's a 24-hour flow. That's only 78 gallons per household for the day. Just because you use 300, the next, but when you look at 400 houses, that's just not much water. And the sewage plant's rated at 210,000, so we're not even at a drop in the bucket of what it is, so.
Any kind of cover, like a tarp or something, that would hold heat in there.
Well, it would hold heat, but you also got hydrogen sulfide gas. You gotta really be careful, because when you contain it like that,
Oh, that sounds fun.
then it becomes, there's no oxygen in there. So if you're in, it's just like going down in a manhole. You gotta drag down, drop an oxygen sensor to see, because, it'll kill somebody. Because there's just so much. I mean, even in our fine screen, as soon as you walk in, you gotta turn it on and it sucks all the air out.
What's the answer?
More flow.
Well, was it just?
Well, I think, talking with Ken, we have 2 aeration tanks, which are like big septic tanks. And we don't have enough flow for 2. We got enough flow for 1. Problem is, it's not designed to shut one off, so we're gonna have to do some configuration to try to shut one off and go to 1.
Can you create your own flow?
We do a return now, but the only time I use it when the UV's on and the flow gets bad, and it's usually like this was no school. The school on helps a lot. I mean, today we probably pumped 60,000, but it's because the schools are on. So in the summertime when they're not on, that's when I have trouble with UV because there's so little flow.
Okay, I'm saying, when the school's not in session, can you run flow from the school or someplace?
I just run water, just use
Run
tap.
water, yeah,
That's
that's my
what I do.
point.
Yeah, it's
Isn't that a
also,
quick fix?
well, it's 100,000 gallons of water in a month I'll run just to run down the drain, just to make it work.
So,
Well,
You've got lots of water.
So you would like everybody in town to run their drip faucets and?
it wouldn't hurt. I mean, it wouldn't hurt a bit. I mean, just like today, I came back and had to shut off some water. But with customer, the people moved out, so he just shut off his valve in the house. Well, guess what? Then it just sits there, and next thing you know, the meter freezes because, you know, running water through it, you gotta remember that water is 58 degrees. Well, as that frost line goes deeper and deeper and that water lays there, it'll freeze. I mean, it just will. Hopefully it just warms up. I mean, global warming is supposed to be happening, but I don't see it.
Farmers Almanac.
Look out west, they're setting records.
Well, we're not. It needs to come here.
Well, the groundhog day is 6 more weeks of winter.
I was gonna say, what did Concentrate's gonna say?
So back on the report, we helped Kim, we did the flow test for the fire hydrants, and that's part of our study, and that just tells us the flow rate, which we picked out 4 of them around town and did them, and we were flowing like between 11 and 1,400 gallons a minute with very little pressure going. So that's a good thing. Water tower inspection, which is part of the planning grant, that got completed. I haven't seen the report yet. The VFD, the fans that keep it cool, got that repaired. Lift station, so Denise, we were talking about, we were checking it before the snowstorm. Sure enough, the engine heater on that, it's diesel. Went to start it, and it just barely turned over, it had quit. So we got that done, put a battery on it. And the boys did build a platform, pretty unique, it's sitting out there to hold that 700-pound motor. Was able to take an engine hoist, sit it on there and slide it in place, so. Because you can't really get a crane in there. Y strainer, and that's the worst thing is whenever there's no flow, it makes that, we recirc the water before it goes to the ditch to force the pine screen, and it just gets extremely dirty because there's no water going through it. And then about the shearing the pin, equipment wise, I put a battery on the salt dog, the dump truck, both those batteries were done for, but turn over right, really slow. Put a new lock on for flood on the door for the police, and to kind of customize it, but, and then you see on there, well, we mixed our salt and sand mixture. The 14 shutoffs was really a shocker. That was a lot for, I mean, we had it down to, I think last month was 3 or 4. Yeah, the bus shelter we were talking about did get completed.
Oh,
And that
wanna see
was-
pictures?
Yeah, I just took pictures, and we sent it to Deanna Crispin, because she paid for half of it, the Community Foundation.
Yeah, they
That was like
donated,
you, Denise.
uh, 21.99.
Okay.
And then we were responsible for 3. It worked out really well.
Yeah, and then the new snow plow, the day we got that snow, I came in early, Jake's sitting almost in front of Ann's house. He said, the damn thing won't move. Well, you know, it's early, it's dark, so I call Luke Skiles. I said, Luke, he goes, it's gotta be low on oil. I said, how's brand new? He goes, well, something's happened. So we got it out there, took it loose. He told me use ATF, and we was able to get it to work. Well, then after we got it working, he moved, maneuvering it, and there was a connection from the factory you couldn't see underneath it that was leaking, so that's what happened. It got low on fluid. But they ended up, we took it to them, they give us a gallon of oil, and they actually changed it, put in the factory recommended, so. All in all, just the winter, the cold has just made havoc on the system. Water-wise, I mean, really, knock on wood, only having 4 of them has been good so far. But I think Jenna Lee's list is pretty extensive on people leaving their water drip.
Oh yeah, I think we're on page 3 or 4 now.
Yeah.
Well, I tried it, but then I was worried, my drain's the one that freezes.
Oh,
So if I let it drip, then I create a whole nother problem. Flood.
yeah, oh no, I get it. Yeah, cold weather just plays havoc on water. But all in all, you know, other than the snowing and the guys plowing and everything went fairly.
Yeah, the boys did a really good job plowing,
Yeah, I thought so too.
Me too.
although somebody griped on mine, which was just terrible. It was a Sunday. It snowed all day and snowing all night, and she gripes about only one lane to drive through.
Well, I had somebody call me that too, but
Yeah,
they're going, they're opening the roads up so they will come through them.
But it was coming down as fast as they were
I know.
plowing
Well,
it.
then the comments just got worse and worse, and a couple of them made me really upset, like,
but
But there's some you're never gonna satisfy,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
I told him don't
They
take
did
it
a great
personal, but he
job.
does. I said, my number
Yeah.
one is, I care less.
Look at them down in Indy, they're still digging up.
I know we don't have a lot of streets where they park on each side where it's pretty tight. How many do you think we have, Rick?
Well, Maple gets really bad. They park on both sides of it. That's probably by far the worst one. I mean,
Well,
it's
I was wondering if there's any way we could have them, if it's gonna snow, they might park on this side, if there would be room for that, or try to get
Yeah.
off the street where we, you know,
And
I
it's,
don't know.
people just, you could say that and there'll be 2 or 3 that won't do it.
Well, we're not asking for an ordinance, but a suggestion that goes out, that we could at least get people to think about trying to help us by not parking on the street when you've had a 4-inch snow, say.
I think Logansport, or they'll tell you which side of the street.
It's like even days you can park on, like
Yeah,
one
so
side,
they
the
have
odd
the
days of the month.
I think theirs is probably an ordinance where if it is, they can actually tow it.
Yeah,
Yes.
they can get
The
popped
bad
for
part about
55.
it is the older people that don't get out and move their
Yeah.
cars very often, and they have to go out and move it every other day, and that's not gonna work.
No, and that's, it was a great idea when they started it. I don't think I've not towed a car for snow removal
Well,
since we
Yeah,
first
you don't
started.
wanna ticket an old person,
Well,
cause they
that's
couldn't
the
get out
thing,
in 10 foot of snow to move their
The
car.
big thing, if you leave your car there, it's gonna get
Plowed in.
plowed in badly.
well,
So-
I was just saying, if, with their alerts, if we could at least make a suggestion.
Mhm.
Some people are nice and would help. And maybe not park on that.
And maybe that, if there's any way you can get your vehicle off the street,
That's the idea.
Yeah,
please do so.
that was
that's
a
Have room
comment I
to
made
plow.
was,
That's why I actually spent 3 days in the Bobcat, because with a blower, I could drive right up in here, turn around and get out. So I'd see it, blow it, and even help, I see people, we were fixing a busted meter, and I seen a lady out with a plastic shovel. I said, ma'am, if you park in the street tomorrow, I'll take the Bobcat and clear it out for you. She was with a plastic shovel, trying to shovel from here, and she was probably older than me, and it's like, it's like, it's just not gonna.
yeah, I think they did an amazing job.
Yeah,
And it was a lot, so I think,
No, and I appreciate
They did a
that.
great job.
There's people that, I just send it to boys,
Your little alerts that you send me all the time, how many people does that go out to?
I'd have to look on the reach alert. I haven't
We could,
paid attention to the quantity.
if we could formulate a message for you to put out that, states if there's more than 4 inches of snow,
but if we're expecting, yeah,
could you please help the town by not parking on the street during snow removal?
Yeah, if possible.
We're not saying we're strong arming anybody,
No.
we're just trying to ask for help.
Yeah, just to help them so you can plow.
The only problem with that is sometimes it's easier to get your car that's already on the street into the lane than it is to back over the snow they've just all piled up in front of you.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they're plowing it off in the street.
well, all we do is ask.
There were a few times when I had to go to work and couldn't get out of my own driveway because they plowed
Yeah,
the whole
that's,
street's worth of snow.
I mean, that just
behind the
always
cars.
happens, it's just yeah.
I'm not saying anybody did it on purpose or anything, I'm just saying I couldn't get out to go to work.
Well,
I
okay.
called in work, so I can't get out of my
We
driveway.
could buy those hot tubs like New York has, and we can scoop it up and just melt it.
Oh, the big, they get melted.
Yeah,
No, they're just flowing water through that, that's how they melt it.
That thing's probably over $1 million too, so.
Well, Denise has got that kind of cash.
Rocket.
Yeah, ask for a donation.
Naming rights.
I also have a plastic shovel. What are you, what are the kinds of goods go in sections?
All right, sorry.
Carried in my car.
I just thought it'd be a good thing to ask and not be mean about it.
Yeah, I'll,
Well, I mean, it wouldn't hurt,
I'll
I
work
mean,
on
you could put it, something, put it out.
Yeah, and we got more snow this year than what, the past 10 years?
it's been this like every other week or every weekend for a little
Yeah,
while.
it's
You
snowed,
read
it
your
just
farmer's
kept-
almanac, you'd have seen it coming.
January just went to the #1 as far as the coldest month in the last 20-some years, so.
It's definitely
That
back
great war.
Drink.
That was from the 60s, wasn't it?
Well, that's some.
This many days
discrepancy.
in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it was, a number of.
90s.
Constant, yeah.
it was wicked, still is.
I see where it's gonna be 37 in Miami in the morning.
Yeah.
Sweet. Be a good trip with
Yeah.
Shut all those people up that've been bragging all the last 2 weeks about
So
it.
we can be like,
What they call those lizards down there?
So, on your
Lizard
clarifier,
falling
Yeah.
out of trees.
there is no opportunity to only run one. You can't separate
I'm
them.
only running one of the clarifiers. That's just the
I thought
aeration.
you said you had to run two.
That's the aeration tanks.
You
not
can't
the
do like
clarifiers.
they do on a jet where you switch from tank to tank?
They both run.
Are they together?
The
I don't know,
aerators
are they
both run
close?
at the same time,
Yes, they run at the same time.
and there's no way to separate that.
This wasn't designed to be separated, but I think Ken says maybe we can work on something. They need to be refabbed anyway. They're original from '78, so,
Me too.
yeah. Yeah.
That's a
I
liar.
actually am.
Yeah, we got two
Two
clarifiers, but we only run one. The other one's just on standby in case we have a huge flow. And that's the double-edged sword of taking all this rainwater and all this water that was getting into the system, which makes the pumps work easier and everything, but now our flow's cut dramatically down, so. We were processing rainwater before, now it's just sewage, so, which is the goal. But like I
Except
said-
when the school's not in session, it's.
Yeah, school not in session, it's just
And
like,
it's 0 outside.
yeah, that was, and they didn't go to school all week.
So the virtual / e-learning days were kicking your butt.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, stick a salamander down
Yeah, it's
While
not
it's
down
built
there,
in?
it's up high. Hey, it could be, I mean, I know John had trouble last time it got real cold in Galveston, because their clarifier, the big tanks you see sitting on top of the ground, ours is in the ground, and theirs froze and it busted the arms and the scrapers and everything, I mean, they had it all.
there. There's no way to heat it?
It's, hydrogen sulfide is flammable, so you can't. If you can, it's all open, it's just an open,
Well, you just create all kinds of trouble.
I didn't design it,
That's what the state requires.
yeah.
Oh, well.
So Ken's gonna take a look
Oh,
at it,
well.
is what you're saying.
Yeah, he said they're, they do make stuff. where
We're all
you-
gonna die.
And the tarp, it's just, it'll
That's
keep
life.
the
That's life.
algae from building up when it's really hot and sunny, and then it'll keep it from freezing in the winter. It's just,
Gas buildup.
yeah, so you gotta be really careful with
Who are you
that.
gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
All right, then.
No, Ken said, I talked to him about it some, it's one of those things Brian put on the, and I did, in fact, Brian was here. Who else was here? Just you? At that meeting? I think.
think so.
With
Yeah.
Tim.
With Tim, and the only one that we're eligible for a grant right now is for water. You only can do it every 5 years. The sewage plant, we just did the slip lining and then the storm we did the year before. But talking with Ken, our bond is at 3.38%, I think is what Melanie said. They actually, the state will let you go through and do a wraparound. And so with the new interest rate at 2.5%, kind of the way Kim was running the numbers, we could actually almost get 400 grand and not affect the monthly payment. It just extended out. So that's an option coming up. And I told him, I said, I'd like to, things that's gotta be done, but we only got so much money to work with. Now, talking with Tim, being the whole thing takes, and he's the guy that did our grant for the community center, the slip lining, he says, you're eligible here in 1.5 years, so you wrap it up, you can actually have SRF saying, okay, you get X amount, but then Okra, which is the grant person, you could apply,
Right.
yeah, and you could get, hopefully, $700,000 free money to do. So that's, just gotta keep it all on the same, hopefully it's on the, just to keep payment down. The only reason I left that on is last time I had emergency locate, so, and it was on the highway, so I hate to leave it off.
That's fine. I don't care.
I had like 5 calls when I got out of here from.
Let's do something else. He's just beating this dead horse.
So my turn?
Sure.
Okay.
Thanks, Rick.
Can we go ahead and make a motion to adjourn?
Well,
We gotta pay
Pay
the bills
bills.
first.
Yeah, she's got some crap to unwind there.
Okay. So Jenny took the initiative to get, Walton set up as a domain with the state. Last July, they reached out to us about getting, actual state, emails for our town, which helps with me having to reach out with everything state or county related for taxes or what have you, and then Rick having to reach out to IDEM, IPEP, or whomever else he has to. It's more of a legit and it's security safe if it's a state government email. And same with Flawed, he'll need an official email as well. So we currently have a website set up that Jenny has worked with the state and got it set up, and that was free. We set up our domain as the town of Walton, and it was free as well. We will have to pay for our emails, and in order to get 3 emails, so one for the sewage plant, one for the police station, one for the office, it's gonna be $126 a year. So it's gonna be like 3 something per email, but we need them.
Yeah.
Because basically the state, their problem they're running into, they've got like this hella firewall security system built in, but having all of these different email systems that are full of bugs and whatever else, they keep getting issues with their system. So they were pushing it, and before, I think it was a lot more expensive to get a website, and I don't know what you guys paid before. So we have it set up, we don't have emails just yet, but I wanted to run it through you guys and make sure you were okay with us getting emails set up as
Thoughts?
well.
Everybody good with that?
Because I figured $126 is not gonna break us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We're good
Even
with
with
that.
all the Rob spending.
Yeah, what about Floyd?
He won't get a free one.
I'll pay for it.
Also, with setting up that email, or the email, the website, the domain, they have a different credit card system, and you can pay online. On the most recent bills that went out, it says you can pay your bill online at indiana.gov.
So pay it, she wants to
something.
see it.
So Jenny said that she had 2 people pay online
Oh.
off of their bill, and it showed up in our system today, and she was like, 2 people pay! So,
Oh.
and it's a smaller fee, it's like 1% fee instead of with PayGov, it was a 3% fee, so it'll be a smaller amount of a convenience
So
fee.
who helped, who took the initiative there and got that started? I'd like to be on board.
Well, in July, we
She.
were invited to a conference.
Is it
And-
on the bill that
Who's
it's
she?
available?
Jen
Yes.
Lee did, she's the one that got
Okay,
that.
so there's
Mel
the
will
2
probably
sides.
jump on that if it hasn't
There's
already.
the 2 sides. The left side shows like what your usage was for the month, and it breaks down water, sewer, trash, storm. And then the right side has the due date, the shut off date, and where the shut off date usually is where it says pay online at yada yada yada.
Is this on one of my credit cards? Is that how it works?
You can do that.
You have to physically do it.
You have to
It's not gonna
go
do it
on there
automatically.
and use your
You gotta
credit card.
physically get online and do it.
So now I gotta go every month and do it online?
I don't know, you might be able to set it up. I don't know.
I'm not.
I haven't been on there, to be perfectly honest.
I want auto pay, I don't wanna worry about it.
Well, that's probably,
Well-
maybe that's coming.
Okay,
How's that?
Hey,
on hold.
baby steps.
right.
But
So we
I
get
just
on
wanted
the
to,
domain thing?
it is already set up.
Oh, good, thank you.
Hopefully we'll have
she's
more
got confidence.
information
You can do that
to
now,
hand out to you guys, but Jenny has been getting it set up. On the webpage, it has, all of our town council meetings, all of the planning council meetings, all of the BZA stuff.
Yeah.
Do we need a motion since it involves money, the yearly
No,
payment?
she's not done yet.
Thank you. And then in your packet,
Thank you.
All right, be safe.
thank you,
Bye.
He started me
uh,
griping at him.
I have the financials, but the last 2 papers, accounts in red, I had to do that for year end to make sure that there was nothing in the negatives. Cause otherwise it flags state board of accounts and then they, I don't know.
Yeah, you did the switch over flop flip.
Yeah, so everything
So do we need
was,
to pass that, or you already did it?
it's all part of the financials.
Okay, motion to pay the bills then.
I got a motion to pay the
I don't watch
bill.
it.
That would've been cold. You know, have it in the car.
Been
We got a
seconded.
What do you do, take your cut?
All in favor?
All in favor to pay the bills?
Aye.
All in
Aye.
favor to pay the bills?
Done.
Wait,
I'll second.
That's
Oh,
our second.
hold on for a second.
he seconded, he made
Oh.
the, he seconded.
I didn't say it.
Oh,
Aye, yeah.
and yeah, do we need to make a motion for her to go ahead with that
The
website, or
domain.
you've already done
Since
that?
it's a
It's
cost.
already set up, I just have to pay,
It's up or down.
I just have to pay for our emails every year.
I was gonna say, since it's an expenditure, a yearly expenditure, do we not have to?
Yeah, give them the motion, go for it.
I make a motion that we go forward with Maine and pay $100 and whatever.
Hundred and twenty-six
I got a
dollars.
motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
We got a
Yay.
second, everybody in
Now it's
favor?
legal.
It's money.
Aye.
Aye,
Ay, ay, ay.
so, we're good there.
Hey, okay.
All right, any other new business?
I don't know, did we get old business?
We have no old business.
I'll give you the
And I
business.
covered the domain stuff with
Other
him.
new. Ooh,
Who's up? Any other complaints, Rick? Jeez.
okay,
Not I'm aware of.
I had a person in my driveway at 2 AM Friday night, the new cop is, agreed to look into it for me, so it's like. That's what I was doing in his office, I was showing the videos, look, there was a man in my driveway, it was 2 AM, he scared the crap out
You've
of me.
been in the picture, you've been in the window again showing off.
Were they walking or were they driving?
all right.
I guess they had
No
two.
other business, I need a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Got a motion to
Man walking up there,
adjourn.
right in his car, like, well, the floodlights came on, it's like,
I second that motion.
Wait, I'll let
I
him.
went to the house next door, and pretty soon he went this way, and then he stopped over here, and he, there's been cars, something down, stopped all over that street, I don't know what's going on, but.
Is it the same group in the house next to you, or they're different groups?
And we need a second on the
More
motion
people
to
moved in
adjourn.
this year now.
Okay,
It's
all in
something
favor
new.
to
Oh, you mean your
adjourn?
neighbors?
Listening to
There's like
the
5
story.
different people living in
It's
that
always just
house.
three.
Now we think they moved a baby in.
Next time.
That's scary.
I saw them moving a bed in, and then the kids next door said they moved a crib in.
Well, I just hope that Eric's keeping an eye on what's coming in and out of there like last time, because I remember, what, last year, the year before, the
Couple years ago, we had all those
We
squatters,
went
and
to
then
Texas for.
all those
anniversary.
people, the straight state workers were there, all